Trenton's younger sister. And if you haven't heard, I'm the best man. Trenton asked me to be his best man over a year ago, and I was really excited, and I've been working really hard at all the best man duties, you know, planning the bachelor party, and, well, that was really all I had to do. But I'm really excited because Trenton promised me that if I do a good job at being best man tonight, that I could be the best man at his next wedding. No, Jillian did approve of that joke. I'm just kidding. We all know Trenton is terrified of women, and he could never land anyone better. Planning a badass bachelor party, as best man, I also have to give the people an awesome and hopefully short speech. I've seriously been thinking about this moment for a year, and I will be so happy when it's over because I'm sweating so bad. But I've been contemplating, do I give the classic best man funny speech, or do I go the girly, sentimental route? I've been going back and forth, back and forth. How could I ever articulate that Trenton is my favorite person and that nobody is good enough for him besides Jillian? Well, I guess I could start by telling you a couple stories about Trenton. But which stories to choose? There are so many good ones. I could tell you about the time the five of us Karivas pulled an all-nighter before Thanksgiving and then got hungry, so Austin and Dylan cooked the turkey at 7 in the morning. While Trenton threw up in the front yard and greeted neighbors. I can tell you about the time Austin, Trenton, and I went skiing at Vail Mountain, and Trenton wore his jeans, and can you guess what jacket he wore? Green Army jacket. And he was greased by the chairlift at the bottom, and I have never seen Austin laugh so hard. I can tell you about the time Austin, Trenton, and Dylan, hey bud, came to visit me at NAU, and after 20 minutes of speed quarters, my college boyfriend was throwing up in the bathroom. Or the time we all went to Vegas for my 21st birthday and then continued on a 19-day drinking bender that winter break, and we lost a lot of friends that day. But I think my favorite story is when Austin and Trenton lived together in Tucson, Arizona while attending U of A. And our family dog, Troy, a 120-pound English Mastiff, ate a dozen of baby chicks. I'm not sure if y'all heard that correctly. This isn't an analogy or anything. Some young girls left their science project, a box of baby chickens, at Austin and Trent's house and asked them to watch them. Granted, the boys tried for a couple days, but after enough Keystone Lights...
7 days.
Sorry, I meant to say, after about 7 days, after enough Keystone Lights, the baby chicks were... I know.
Yeah, that's your uncle.
The baby chicks were hand-fed to Troy. I'll keep it short and sweet so PETA doesn't come up here and arrest them. If you don't know the details of that story, or if you've never heard that story before, then you probably shouldn't be at this wedding. Lastly, I could tell you about the time when Trenton graduated early from U of A to move back to Phoenix to take care of his 17-year-old sister. At 21 years old, Trenton had graduated with a degree in English, got a 2-bedroom apartment a couple miles away from my high school, and was prepared to step into the father role for me and eventually Quentin as well. Beer break? Trenton was working 50 to 60 hours a week at $10 an hour to pay for the entire rent, groceries, his car, student loans, both our cell phones, and whatever else a 17-year-old girl needs that I couldn't afford with my own part-time job.
Aww.
Another beer break?
You're doing great.
I do. No parental financial help. In fact, he was giving my parents money at that time. No inheritance to fall back on, no food stamps, just Trenton. I may be able to run far and fast, but what you did during that time was was truly awe-inspiring. Everything's falling apart. Thank you. Yes. During high school, I kind of bounced between different houses. I lived with my aunt and uncle, to my mom's, back with my aunt and uncle, to my mom's again, and then with my best friend's family. So I had a pretty good idea about what living in different houses felt like. But it wasn't until I moved in with Trenton when I actually felt home. And then came Jillian. Jillian soon joined in, and just her presence in the apartment made it feel like an actual functional family. We kept Christmas lights up all year long. We had mini basketball hoops all over and a crazy point system with shooting from the kitchen versus shooting from the front door. The kitchen was a much harder shot. Trent had mastered that. We had the best snacks you can imagine: Gushers, fruit roll-ups, cheese balls, cigarettes. Just kidding, my body's a temple. We had classic movie posters all over the walls, foosball. I mean, this apartment was the shit. All of my high school friends wanted to come over to our apartment because it was so rad. In that year and a half, Trent and Jillian were my best friends, my brother and sister, and my mom and dad. Jillian literally made me lunch every day. A sack lunch with a sandwich, chips, dessert, and a very sweet note. Again, at 21 years old, Jillian had embraced the mom role with open arms because my mom wasn't in the picture. Talk about a fucking power couple. Trent and Jillian brought such a sense of normalcy, companionship, and belonging to my life, all foundations of making a home, and I know you two share that in your home now. I can honestly say I don't think I'd be the person I am today without 21-year-old Trenton and Jillian being the exemplary big brother and sister and dad and mom that they were to me in those formative years. So thank you. Woo. I'm not sure what you two believe in, but I can tell you that I don't believe in soulmates or destiny or meant to be. I believe that if you want something, you choose it and you work your ass off until you get it. Trenton does see the good in everyone, and I'm sure he could fall in love with someone else, but he doesn't. He chooses to love Jillian. Jillian literally gets along with every single person. It's so true. That's not just something you say. She really gets along with everybody. She could love so many other bachelors out there, but she doesn't. She chooses Trenton. They have both chosen each other for 13 years, and I think that's what sets these two apart from other couples. I don't think this uniquely divine relationship is fate or saintly intervention. Out of all the other paths you two could have taken and all the other lives you could have lived, you consciously chose each other on this path, in this life, forever. I think the fact that I think the fact that you have decided to choose, pursue, and commit to one another since that road trip to the gorge many years ago, your relationship exceeds any other based upon destiny or meant to be. It means so much more to actually work for something than to just sit back and let things happen the way it's supposed to. And that's what you two have proved. I mean, if anything could deter a couple that had just met, it would be finding out that Trent hand-fed baby chicks to a dog for funsies. But it didn't. They made it. I love you two so much, and I strive to have a relationship like yours. So if everyone could raise their glass to Trentillion, I just have one last thing to say. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Cheers to choosing one another.